All right, I am Dan Watson, the sous chef at Spencer's for Steaks and Chops, and we're just here to talk a little bit about the Sacred Soup Festival and the food that we made. Talk first a little bit about how I met Mr. King. I just called him, probably a lot like a lot of people do, and had a lot of questions to ask about the things that he is growing with you fellas, and why he's growing them, and what they do, and how you can use them, and why they're important. And so the more that we talked, the more that we learned about what we were going to do and about these items, and then kind of slowly came up with a menu for the festival, Sacred Soup Festival. So we'll talk about that really briefly. So the first thing that I have on this menu, wild rice. So wild rice, it's actually not a rice, it's the seed of an aquatic grass, correct? Correct. So we gently cooked that in water and seasoned it with bourbon barrel aged maple syrup and smoked sea salt. Really tasty, if that's as good as I can describe it. Really, really good though. The next thing we made was succotash. So classic corn, bean, squash, sometimes peas. In this instance, no peas, just corn, beans, and squash. But we took Oaxacan green corn, Omaha squash, Tres Leches beans, and some tongue of fire beans. Cooked all those, made a vinaigrette with the squash, kind of combined them all together and seasoned them with herbs and some different things. So a little outside of the box, but really tasty. Not your traditional succotash, but still used all the ingredients, made everything come together and made it really, really good. The corn and bean bread is right here if you want to come over and take a look. But corn and bean bread, definitely a Native American item, but very hearty dish. Made with, again, Oaxacan green corn, Tres Leches beans, made nixtamal with the Oaxacan green corn, and then ground it in a corn mill into masa, and then kind of creamed out some beans that were cooked with my hand, and just added corn, the beans, milk, some honey, some leavener, of course, and then ground it in a corn mill into masa, and then kind of creamed out some beans that were cooked with my hand, and just added corn, the beans, milk, some honey, some leavener, of course, of hufa, and then baked it off. Seasoned it with huitlacoche, which is essentially corn fungus, correct? Corn mushrooms. But they're really sweet.
Smells like chocolate.
Smells like chocolate, and they're really sweet. And when it's baked, now that we know, it tastes a little bit like chocolate too, which is very good. The bison and corn winter stew that we made, of course the weather just got cold, so we made it a little bit more hearty for the winter. But classic base, mirepoix, celery, onions, garlic, tomato, herbs, roasted bison chuck, and a couple of other meat stocks that we had, some veal stock, some mushroom stock, just to give it some of that umami flavor, and brought it all together. Again, then added the Oaxacan green corn after it was nixtamal, and cooked that down even more, and took on the great flavor of corn. Really delicious. I think people are going to love it. The roasted sunflower seeds and corn silks kind of threw me for a loop. Don't really know how to, never really worked with sunflower seeds. I've had a couple of friends talk about maybe if you grow it next time you'll want sunflower flour to fry stuff in. But just a thought. But yeah, so sunflower seeds seasoned with garlic oil, salt, paprika, and then roasted, of course, in the oven. And then the corn silks flash fried, we give up all their liquid, and then we season that with mushroom powder and soy powder. So it'd be good to drink beers with. But yeah, that's our menu, and it was really fun to cook for this festival, this meal, with this food. It's important to me that people learn about this stuff because these ingredients are important. More people should care about them. I care about them. I had a friend come in last night and cook with us. He cares about them, and I think that they have a place in any kitchen, and I'm just super proud to work with them. Thank you.
Thank you. Dan, thank you. Appreciate it.